welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And if you like the show, which I hope you do since you're here, if you're a returning customer, you should check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene, where there's literally hundreds of hours of exclusive podcasts, commentary tracks, videos, bunch of stuff. $3 a month. It's one coffee. Let's start the show.
Yes.
Because today we're talking about a new movie. Even though there's not a lot to talk about. At least here, what we have here in Sweden is kind of dry right now. In a couple of months we'll have more movies. So we were scrambling, like, what are we going to talk about? But then, of course, we remembered the new A24 movie.
Yes.
Love Lies Bleeding. Woo! Yeah, we don't really do the woo anymore.
I don't know.
Because I stopped putting any copyrighted material in the podcasts in order to monetize them. I know I have become a sellout for like $5 a month. Anyway.
Anywho.
Let's talk about Love Lies Bleeding.
Yes.
Written and directed by Rose Glass and Veronika Tofilska, who's she? Oh,
I don't know.
I thought she was one of the actresses. No, I was thinking of Anna Baryshnikov, who is one of the actresses. Actresses. Anyway, sorry. Written by Rose Glass, from previous fame of Saint Maud. Have you seen that one?
No.
Me neither. A lot of people said it was really good. And I was like, I'm going to watch that. And I never did. Guess what we're doing for Patreon.
Oh, right. Hey, we saw that one quickly.
It's a 1980s love crime story.
Yeah.
That takes place for some reason in and around a gym and bodybuilding culture.
Yes.
Between gym manager Lou and a fledgling bodybuilder Jackie.
Yes.
Who fall in love, and hilarity ensues. I don't know how much we want to say about the plot. This is one, because it's new. I don't want to spoil too much.
No.
But also, I don't think we really have to spoil too much. Because it's not very plot heavy. It's character driven. There's a plot, obviously, but it's more character driven. So I think we can avoid spoilers as much as possible. Actually,
sure.
Of course, if there's any major spoilers, we will give you a warning.
Because there's one thing I have to ask you about towards the end, so we'll save that for the spoiler part.
But let's do this the right way.
Yes.
Let's start from the beginning. What did you think of Love Lies Bleeding?
I thought it was pretty good. It took a while for me to get into it. I don't know if it was me just not being in the mood, or if it was because of where I saw it. Because also, I had to stop it in the middle because it just wouldn't run for some reason. So I kind of got cut off, which also dampens the mood a little bit.
Yeah. I just want to explain when we're saying we're stopping in the middle. This is a cinematic release only at this point.
Yes.
We're in Sweden, where if we want to watch new movies, we have to wait 3 months, unless it's a big Marvel or Disney thing. So yes, we found this online. Just saying. I mean, it's streaming, whatever, Yeah, it's streaming.
Streaming.
It is streaming. Yeah.
It is streaming, technically.
Anyway. So if anyone's questioning how we're pausing this theater experience, Anyway, yeah.
It's a home theater, and also the beginning, it felt lots of it. Wow, I'm losing my words here. There were some moments it just felt like, what the heck is this movie going to become?
I can agree with that. Yes.
Until halfway through almost.
Yeah.
I think it was about the 40-minute mark or something.
But that's funny that you pointed that out. Yes. Because I had not exactly, but at the exact same moment I was like, at this point, something really needs to actually happen.
Yeah.
And then, boom, something happens.
It happens. It was, I was starting out going like, I don't know if I'm going to want to talk about this movie, actually. And then the other half of the movie was like, ooh, this is exciting. This is actually kind of interesting. This is fun.
Yeah.
So I liked it, but it took a while to get into it, which is a bit of a downer, but it's not too long. So I mean, it's
that's what's so great about it. It's like an hour 40. Yeah. I think it's an hour 35 or 6 without credits.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, which is great. And they managed to tell a whole story. Maybe not the deepest and most detailed story, but it was still like a full story. A story
what happens
with
now.
Characters you care about. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you get to care about characters, multiple characters, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not just like, 2 people. No. There's a bunch of people involved, and you get to care about a bunch of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or at least you develop feelings of certain kinds for some of them. Some of them were just annoying.
No. Well,
but they were supposed to be annoying.
Now you're going to have to tell me what you...
the Daisy character was annoying. I can tell you that much.
The sister?
Daisy.
Oh, Daisy, right. I didn't even recognize... Yeah. I don't know.
Very annoying.
What's the point of that character? That is Anna Baryshnikov. I mentioned her name before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Good performance. Just the character itself was terrible. I hated her. But overall, no, I liked the movie. It was a little bit slow. That's like the biggest issue. It was a bit slow.
I don't even think it was slow. It was just like you're wondering where it's going, and then exactly when that happens, as if when writing this, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're setting up the love story and everything, but something has to happen because it's not fun if it's just a problem-free love story. Oh, perfect time then to add this thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So. I would even say, like, structure-wise, it's not perfect, but great.
I think I wanted it, like, 10 minutes earlier. Something. So I started getting a little bit, like, I almost pulled out my phone and started scrolling.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't that bad for me.
A little bit quicker. Yeah. But yeah, so what did you think of it? If you want to, like, put it into a few words. Better than what I did.
I thought it was good. It was a really good movie. I think it has been slightly overhyped for a very specific reason.
Yeah.
And looking at the reviews, it has a 76 Metascore, but it's so hard to gauge because 76, like that's on my scale, that's a really, really strong 7, which is a really good movie, which spoilers for the end of this conversation. That's what I'm going to give it. It's a strong 7. It's a really good movie. But a 76 is also like where you would put some of the like classic masterpieces in terms of Metascores.
Yeah.
Because Metascores, Metacritic is kind of skewed that way, like all review aggregate sites are.
Yes.
This is maybe the more accurate one if you compare it to Rotten Tomatoes, but still. So I don't know, and I think it's more like Letterboxd people, film Twitter people that are like all over this movie. You know, we know why.
Yes.
So I don't think it's that great, but it's really good. I liked all of it. I was because of what I read about it online. I was prepared like, no, actually, I don't like it. To kind of just be a bitch about it, but no, it won me over.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of went into it not wanting to like it. There are certain problems, but I mean, really, they're all nitpicks.
Yeah.
Overall, this is a super well-made, greatly structured and paced, acted, written, and directed movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like one thing I don't understand about this entire movie, and we'll talk about that later.
All right.
Overall, like you said, it's well acted. Everyone had a great performance. I wanted more of Jenna Malone, but unfortunately, her character just isn't that big of a deal.
No.
In the movie.
No, she serves a purpose.
I want
more. It's not about her. Yeah.
No, exactly. I wish there was. I wish it was.
Yeah.
Hell, she could have played Daisy. Ugh.
No. Daisy needs to be a younger character. A younger person.
That's true. Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked.
She would have been good, though, with how she plays. She acts.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, everyone did a good job.
Yes.
And this just further proves everyone wrong. Because remember, this is a long time now. I don't even people maybe even think about that anymore. Remember when everyone hated Kristen Stewart because she was she was Bella in Twilight, and I was like, oh, she's fucking
awkward,
terrible.
She can't do anything.
Yeah, her acting is so flat. And that was well known for years because of the Twilight movies. But then
to be fair, the character is flat.
Yes, well, that was what I was gonna say. That's not her. That's the character. That's the writing in those books and the writing in the movies and books, the directing of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then she did a couple of bigger movies. I think I don't even know, but I think she capitalized on a little bit. She did Adventureland, like a bro dude comedy kind of movie.
Yeah.
But then she kind of stuck to smaller movies, I guess, which is funny because her co-star in that, Robert Pattinson, kind of did the same thing, stuck to smaller movies. They both,
I think they just wanted to get away from.
Yeah, they realized blockbuster movies, especially because they were in some of the worst blockbuster movies. Like, this is bad. This is not what we signed up for. And then because they were very popular at the time, I think they kind of leveraged that access to just do smaller movies, do the kind of movies they wanted to make. Yeah. And they have both, but let's go with that. Kristen Stewart has made some really good movies and proven herself to be an amazing actress, which there's no proof of this, but because we didn't record our thoughts on movies back then, but I knew it from the start. I always liked her as an actress, except for in Twilight.
Well, I mean, she's not bad. It's because it's the circumstances. I can't blame her.
Of course, no,
at all. For what she performed exactly what we wanted her to do, because that's what the character is.
Yeah, but she
portrayed the character perfectly. It's just that the character is terrible.
Yeah, but okay? That's a conundrum then. Let's sidestep here for a little bit. If you're supposed to give a bad performance... No, not supposed to give... Because they didn't write her to be a bad, one-dimensional character. It's just the writing was poor. It was bad.
Yeah.
Isn't it then the actor or actress's job to try and do the best possible version of that character?
Normally, yes. However, when working with base material as a teen novel series... cannot change the character too much.
Okay.
Even in just performance. Because then you'll have all the fans and all the tweens going after you for changing the characters. That's not the Bella from the books, If she wasn't this absolute, because it's the way I remember it. Bella's supposed to be a plain white piece of paper, so you can almost insert yourself into her.
Okay. Oh.
That's how I read it.
I know. I've never read.
I think I read the first feel like everyone read it, because I don't remember if they fully describe her really.
Okay,
chose plainness. I think she calls herself plain a few times, just to she looks like me then, I guess,
Okay, I don't know.
I think that was the entire point, which is kind of genius, but also kind of strange for a book.
Yeah, I guess.
But then trying to put that into film. How do you do that? How do you make a character a plain white piece of paper?
Interesting.
To fit, and to still fit the narrative of the book, and still be everyone should be able to relate to you somehow. But I mean, you're a person. You look like something. You have to be something. You can't just be a piece of paper.
You can't just stand there.
Which she nearly does from time to time.
Yeah.
I honestly think she did a great job with what she was given.
So you're saying she did the best possible job with the material given?
Yeah.
All right, sure. I'll buy it. I don't know. I only saw the first movie, so I can't she got better or she got worse or whatever. But and I remember her being very boring in the first movie.
Yeah, sure. But then watching, because she did do a few movies in between some of them. Like you said, Adventureland for one.
Oh.
And The Runaways came before the last movies, at least.
Okay, yeah, she's good in that one.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she did prove
That's
it
true.
quite early. And I mean, I liked her in her earlier films that I saw before I knew who she was.
I only saw her in one movie. She played the daughter in Panic Room. That's the only one I knew her from before, I think.
I saw her in Zathura Space Adventure. I saw her in The Messengers, The Land of Women, Into the Wild.
Messengers? The one with Ben Foster?
It's a horror film.
Oh, okay.
No, not with Ben Foster. With Dylan McDermott and Penelope Ann Miller. Family moves onto a farm kind of thing.
Messengers.
My kind of horror film, back from the early 2000s.
What is that?
All I remember is her acting, and then like a scarecrow. I don't remember much else.
An ominous darkness invades a seemingly serene sunflower farm in North Dakota, and the Solomon family is torn apart by suspicious mayhem and murder. Dylan McDermott, Penelope Ann Miller, Kristen Stewart, 34 Metascore. Oh, but it's by the Pang brothers.
Right, yeah.
But
she's still she's fine in that, and she was younger in that, to be honest. So,
but yeah, the first Twilight came out in 2011. 8 even. Okay, Jesus. Okay. All right. It ended in 2012 or something.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah, 2012.
Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, but then beyond that, she's done some really good performances. I haven't watched all of her movies.
No. I've seen a bunch of them. I realize.
Yeah. Oh,
now I'm scrolling through it.
She's in Crimes of the Future. I haven't seen that though, but. She's great in Still Alice, playing once again the daughter of Julianne Moore. I think she's good in American Ultra. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. I think the movie's fine.
The movie was strange.
I like the movie.
She did the best she could with.
She was good in it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with the material.
And then she was in Seaberg, which I thought she was really good in. I guess that's actually all I have seen of her. I haven't seen Spencer. Everyone talking about Spencer. I haven't seen it. Same thing with Personal Shopper.
Seaberg? Where can I find that?
From 2019. She plays the actress, Jean Seaberg.
Oh, up there. Oh, I was too far down on the list.
That's another movie.
She was fine in Charlie's Angel, despite that movie being in dumpster fire.
I never saw it. I think I saw the first scene, where it's literally her saying into the camera, Guys are really bad, basically. And I was just like, ow, click.
But she's doing it at least she's campy about it. Everyone else is being super serious. Yeah. She's kind of campy, which makes that movie better. Yeah, she's the best part of it, of what I saw. Exactly. No, she's the best part of the entire movie. Okay, yeah. And I did like the song that they made for it with Ariana Grande and Hannah Montana. What's her name? Miley Cyrus and someone else. Lana Del Rey. I was about to say Donna Del Rey, but was it Lana Del Rey? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then it's double because I love Lana Del Rey too, as well. It was her. Anyway. Hell, she was great in Happiest Season. Oh yeah. Have you seen that yet? Oh yeah. That was another one. I was like, because I felt we'll get into that. I don't want to get into that too quickly, but why just like this? I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but yeah, that was a really good Christmas movie, a really good romantic comedy, and a great performance by her. Yes. And whatever her girlfriend is in that one. What? Oh God, Mackenzie Davis. Yeah. Everyone really. Alison Brie as the crazy sister. No. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, she's the sister. Oh, my God, she was so good. That was a great movie. That I think I saw that last Christmas or the Christmas before. That should be in my rotation for Christmas movies. Anyway. Said it would be. We're just talking about Kristen Stewart. Yeah, we're just talking about Kristen Stewart. And to then circle back then to Love Lies Bleeding. Love Lies Bleeding. She's great in this as well. Yes. The character maybe is a little one note. Yeah. But I think that's fine because of the situations they're in. Learn why. Yeah, sure. And also it
because it's about a very specific situation that they end up in after the first half hour of the movie. You know, when that happens. Well, that happens a little later, but it starts around 36 minutes. I think it's exactly 36 minutes in. No, she's great. And what was her name then? Her Jackie.
Oh God.
Katy O'Brien was also really good. At first, not at first she was good, but that character had the most growth.
Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
And then I mean, most of the other characters are just bit characters, like Dave Franco, like we said, Jenna Malone, Ed Harris,
yes,
in a wonderful wig. Probably is my favorite character in the movie, though, because if you've seen the trailer, he is the bad guy, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he probably has the most nuance as a character. The more you learn about him.
Yes.
And that is really what surprised me the most about the movie. That and I was going to say the visuals, because a lot of people call this like a trippy, spaced out movie because of all the visuals, and I think that's taken it too far. There are definitely some, visual trippy magic stuff. Yeah. Trippy stuff. But that's only like a few minutes of the runtime, so I wouldn't call this a trippy movie.
No, I would only say
it's pretty straightforward, honestly.
Yeah, the only time it felt trippy and weird was when Jackie grew.
Yeah.
not the one in the end, just generally when you could hear like her veins and the muscles, all that stuff was just weird. But it was representing just like her mind.
Yeah, it was. It was a visual cue. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it worked. It was just
and also her growing as a
bit
person.
Uncomfortable, I guess.
Yeah. No, but I like the fact that it was tonally consistent, even though you had both very serious scenes and you had like funny scenes.
Yeah.
But it worked together very well. It didn't feel like jarring when they switched from funny to serious.
No.
It all worked perfectly together and formed this big ball of tone.
Great. Good job.
Yeah. The only thing I don't really understand, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's just an aesthetic choice, but it feels more deliberate, is why set it in and around a gym? Why make it about a bodybuilder?
I mean,
because that's such a you can just say, well, it's just a person who happens to be a bodybuilder. Yeah, but that is such a specific life choice to be a bodybuilder that it feels it should, if it's in your movie, it should be deliberate. But
no, I feel like it is deliberate because it's part of what triggers everything.
Yeah, but that could have just been drugs. They do drugs in the movie.
Sure. I don't know. It explains why Jackie is capable of doing what she does at certain points.
Sure. Which ties into, anyway, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. It ties in with the gym culture and homosexuality, I guess, a bit.
What do you mean?
Well, everyone always thinks that the big buff bodybuilder girls are gonna be gay because they're all masculine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Heard
okay,
that?
no.
Oh, okay, I hear that a lot.
Oh, okay.
People are like, "Oh, you just want to look like a dude. You just want to be a guy." I was like, no, but some of them do, I guess.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, she's more of the femme in that relationship, so
both yes and no. I mean, in the but then some of the stuff she does definitely feels more like masculine energy. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But she also says, which isn't a spoiler, she just says, I like both.
Yeah, I'm into both.
I don't know, I thought it fit in.
Okay.
It also works for the.
It did not fit in for me. I'm just wondering if it was just an aesthetic choice or if it was a deliberate choice and I'm missing the point. That's the thing.
Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Either way is fine. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure that out.
I think it would have been kind of boring if it was just drugs. This put a bit of a flavor to it.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Also, I mean, it made the setup of this being like this little hole in the ground, basically, town where nothing else happens seem more interesting as well, because at least they have the gym to center everything around. If it wasn't the gym, then like, oh, they're gonna hang out outside of like 7-Eleven or something, or like, where would you set this if it wasn't at the gym?
I guess.
At the shooting range? No.
No, that wouldn't work for story reasons, but
exactly.
No. Oh, all right. I mean,
and also it gives Jackie a goal to get out of there, because she's actually on her way to Vegas instead. This was just a pit stop, basically.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
I don't know if they like started out with going, "Hey, we need a gym girl."
Yeah, that
and then built it around it.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like,
we need a motivation for this character. Hey, let's make her a gym girl.
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. Like, did Rose Glass set out to make a bodybuilder movie, or just pick a bodybuilder for her romantic story?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. That's not a criticism.
No. I'm curious. I'm wondering if it's any
nothing in the IMDb trivia, and like just start googling like Love Lies Bleeding doesn't really get you far.
There's a few like promotional clips on YouTube, but I haven't watched them.
No. I did see. I think I saw the trailer once for this. I just knew that. Yeah. I'm probably gonna watch this.
I saw the trailer and went, "Hey, we're gonna watch this because this is one of your favorite actresses."
Yeah, exactly. That definitely. That's what you said. Like, oh, we should do Love Lies Bleeding. And I was like, yeah, maybe we should. Yes, but it's Kristen Stewart. I was like, oh, it's true. No, yeah.
Okay, but can we discuss the spoiler now? The one weird thing that needs to be discussed.
Let's see.
I need to know.
Oh yeah, we're almost 30 minutes. We usually do 20 minutes. Yes.
I need to know.
From here on out, if you haven't seen the movie yet, there's going to be. We'll still try to keep it mild, but there's going to be spoilers. But there's
one specific spoiler, which I don't know if it has a meaning yet.
Okay.
Which is what we're going to discuss.
So be ready. 3, 2, 1. Spoilers.
Yes.
Let's go.
What's the point of her becoming giant? Like actually hulking out? Is that like a trippy thing that they're just out of their mind with adrenaline and drugs and just dying? Or did it actually happen?
No, she did not grow because they're small again in the end of the movie.
The Hulk shrinks.
Yeah, but she did not hulk out. She hulked out in her soul. And we saw that manifest physically as a visual in a movie.
Sure, but Lou and Lou Sr. both look up at her.
Yeah, because it wouldn't work otherwise if they were going to stare at her shins. Like, that wouldn't work. So,
I guess.
And they see her grow as a person there.
Yeah.
That's maybe something we needed a little bit more backstory to her character for that point to work. The only thing we know is like her parents. This takes place in the 80s, so despite what people say nowadays, comparable to today, being a lesbian was not like a cool thing. I mean, no, they were pretty accepting, but it was still
older generations were not very accepting.
But they bring that up and actually pretty quickly kind of like removes that aspect from the movie. That a bunch of fucking dykes. Oh, like this movie is going to be about that, which it isn't.
Yeah,
barely at all.
Not at all.
There's
no one makes a comment, really.
There's one scene where that gym guy comes up to them when they're standing outside and like, hey, she's like a full-blooded dyke, huh? Hey, come on with us and have a drink. And she's like, get the fuck off me. Punches him.
He
punches back. Which, hey, If you throw a punch, you better get a punch. I'm just saying, but you know.
Fair enough. However, he didn't touch her. He didn't need to touch.
No, definitely not. But she also didn't have to.
Even if it was just on the shoulder.
I'm not defending him, but she didn't have to.
Yeah, punches get punches.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, which was one very, and this is my I guess this is my more, I don't know. I don't want to say, because it's not political, but I don't want to. I was waiting for this to be a Men Bad movie.
Oh.
Yeah, because, and that's my bias, or my prejudice. It was directed by a woman, a pretty young woman, so she's grown up in this climate. Her last movie was about a woman. Admittedly, I haven't seen it, but it's about a woman, sort of, you know.
You mean Saint Maud?
Yeah, exactly. And then this is a lesbian love story. So I was waiting for this to be like, if waiting to be
girl power.
Yeah, exactly. No, be more like Charlie's Angels, like actually Men Bad. Yeah. But that's not what this is. It is
not at all.
It is just a love story, and they happen to be lesbian.
They mention their sexuality about 2 or 3 times in total. It's that scene with the gym bros being denied and not liking it.
Yeah. And then they talk about...
And then we have them talking about it shortly.
Rose's parents, they say they were fine with that.
Rose?
Sorry. Rose. Now I'm thinking of the director. Rose. Jackie. She mentions her adoptive parents were like, I don't remember if it's the other way around, maybe, but they were more okay with her being a lesbian than being a bodybuilder. Or if it was the other way around, I don't remember.
And then
Jackie's Lou saying the same thing, like, her parents were fine with it.
The problem wasn't that she was gay, there was other problems.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we also have that one phone call, which I'm not sure if it's about that. When Jackie calls home, it seems like, and they're like, don't call this house again. I'm not entirely sure if it's about the homosexuality or if it's about an incident regarding the gym.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the one we needed more clearing on.
Yeah, because she says she says that she's on the way to this bodybuilding competition. She was not allowed to. They kicked her out, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't really say why.
No, because they were fine with her sexuality, right?
I think so.
Lou's parents were fine with it, and that's the thing. You get the feeling Jackie's on the run, but also her family seems to be kind of fine with it. We don't really know. There is that phone call, where they say, "You monster, stay away from us." But they don't say,
again, this is what we always say. You shouldn't have to assume, but I'm assuming it has to do with her, because the way she reacts when she takes it's steroids, right?
Yes, steroids, growth hormone, something,
whatever, something like that. I'm assuming she's done something like that before and hulked out.
Yeah, probably hurt someone.
And hurt someone, which was why they're calling her a monster.
Yeah.
But
I wish we had a little more of that, because that's kind of what holding her back from forming connections with people. Like Lou, this is like also such an obvious thing. Like the way she treats the way she treats sex is obviously not. She's not doing it because she likes a person. She's doing it. It's a commodity to her. We first see her in the gym, but that's just like in the background. We first see her have sex with Dave Franco to get a job. Like, they have sex, and then she's like, "So about that job?" And it's like, "Oh,
yeah."
And then she likes Lou, but she has sex with her so that she can ask.
A place to stay.
Yeah, like, I was gonna ask if I can crash here. Like,
also, it's just it's a bed for the night.
That too, yeah. And she doesn't. I mean, like like I said, it's not super obvious, but it feels like she keeps people at a distance a little bit. Yes. I'm guessing because related to this thing that then happened back in wherever it was, Oklahoma or whatever.
Yeah,
Oklahoma. Yeah. So obviously, I managed to figure something out. I don't know if it's the right thing, but it's enough for me to form an idea in my head. So we don't really need more, but I would like a little bit more.
Because we shouldn't have to assume or make up our own stories when it comes to character motivation, really.
Yeah, unless it is intentionally vague, so that like it's just enough for you to understand. Like, oh, she did something bad in the past. That's why she is the way she is. We don't need to know what it is.
It's such a short little. It's one word, and it's after a bunch of bad stuff has already happened. True. So it feels a little bit.
And we do get more.
Small.
We do get more for Lou's backstory. The whole thing with why she hates her dad.
Yeah.
Him being a criminal, but more specifically, I don't think she actually has a problem with him being a criminal. It's the fact that they hint at him killing her mother, which he denies. So I don't know. And
I guess she hates him because he made her join in general.
Yeah. But then that's also...
She didn't really want to do that.
We don't know that.
No,
that's the thing. And that's what I like about the ending of the movie. Because it's throughout the movie, she's like, oh, you shouldn't work over there. My dad runs that place. He's a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. And then later find out, he's a gun runner, a murderer. So he's a bad guy. That's why you shouldn't work with him. Come to find out, though, that Lou was involved at one point. We don't know. Yeah, yes. You could say she was coerced because she was young, but we don't see that. She's just involved.
No, that's true.
And then why she stopped was because of the mother, which she says he killed. We don't see that. He says he didn't. She just went away because he didn't approve of their family.
She couldn't stand being a wife to me and a mother to you.
Yeah, exactly. So is she just trying to say, like, no, I don't want to be like you because you're bad? Because he says that you're more like me than you think, or something like that. We're more alike than you think. In the very end confrontation.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's obviously not very, she has a conscience and stuff, but as soon as a body turns up, she knows exactly how to get rid of it, and she doesn't get very attached, even though it's like people she knows. I mean, yeah, Dave Franco, she
didn't like either of them.
Didn't like, she didn't like Dave Franco, so but, still.
And also she's fueled by, like, making sure that Jackie doesn't get caught in all of this.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, she...
Yeah, she's so casual about it.
Yeah. So there's something there,
Sure. She's a natural-born killer or something.
Yeah. She's her father's daughter.
Yes.
Which she doesn't really want to admit. Even though... And that's also... Okay, there is actually more to her character now that I think about it. I said she was kind of one note. I think... That's maybe more the acting then. It's kind of one note, even though we said she's a great actress.
No,
she is a good actress.
The character is a little bit one note, because she's very
aloof,
cool, calm, and collected all the time. It's all the things that we hear about her that makes her more interesting.
Yeah.
It's not her showing us that, because she's still trying to be this cool exterior, like, no, nothing gets to me.
Yeah. And then, of course, all this time saying, oh, how she hates her dad and he's a bad person and everything, but she still works in his gym.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if you hate him so much, why don't you just leave?
Because she's staying for her sister.
Oh,
she says
that's true.
That's the only reason I'm still here. It's because I need to protect my sister.
That's true. But then Dave Franco dies. It's like, well, we still gotta stay now, because otherwise it looks like we're running away.
Exactly. So she's just biding her time, and then she'll run away, though.
But will she, though?
Well,
I
no, we don't know that.
No, that's the thing. I think she and that's also part of her character being like, kind of like, I don't care. I think she's grown comfortable.
Yes.
She doesn't agree with what her dad does, but because of what he does, she can live pretty comfortably. Like, she has a job where it's not a great job. You see her cleaning out the
she
toilets,
doesn't really have to do anything,
she doesn't,
to be honest.
She doesn't really have to do anything. And, she has her apartment, and she has money for everything. Like, so yeah, she's what do you say? Not confined. What's it? Confined? Getting up my head. She finds herself in a situation like, well,
yeah,
I'd rather be stuck here, secure with money and everything, than free, but living,
risking having nothing.
Yeah, basically. Exactly.
She's content.
Content. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Content. Yes. And juxtaposing that with Jackie, who was like, well, I don't like the situation I'm in here because of something that happened, because she's a monster.
Yeah, so I'm gonna find something else.
She just left. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm gonna keep walking until I find some place I want to stay, basically.
Yeah. And even then, when they had an out, yeah, but, oh no, we have to stay, otherwise it looks like we're running. But everyone who had talked to Jackie knows she's leaving for Vegas in just a few days.
Which Jackie points out.
Yeah, so they haven't. I
was always going to go to Vegas. Yeah.
But she's like, no.
Honestly, it would have been better to leave and go to Vegas for the competition, because I'm like, no, we were just leaving for the competition. See, we're at the competition.
Yeah, exactly. But she's too comfortable. Like, she's scared of leaving. Lou is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lulu.
Louise is her real name?
Louise is her real name. I love the little tiny detail of her trying to quit smoking all the time.
yeah. And
then that one time when normal people would probably be like, fuck it, I'm gonna smoke. She's like, no, and walks away.
No. Yeah. But then, just to show how comfortable she is, and she's not willing to change, really, in the very end, when she drags whatever her name is, Daisy's body, she realizes that Daisy has cigarettes on her. So she grabs cigarettes and lights a cigarette while burying her alive.
She strangled her. So
oh, right, she strangled her.
Hopefully she's dead by then.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, she's her father's daughter. She's just like, fuck it, I'll just kill her right here.
I thought she was dead. Fuck it, she can be dead now.
Yeah, but that's still, even if it's a person you don't care about, that takes a lot from a person to be able to strangle someone to death.
It looks very much, though, like she got shot right through her throat. That was a hard thing to say.
No,
when it happens, but I guess it's just a blood splatter.
You see there's an exit wound in her cheekbone.
Why is it the cheek?
So
it was on the neck.
It might have gone in back of the neck, and then it traveled out through her face. So it missed the arteries in the throat or something.
The important stuff.
Yeah. So she just almost
died.
But
it took her like a day to wake up.
Yeah, no, she probably was alive, and she didn't have the strength to move around.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
or it's just convenient for that weird ending,
Yeah.
But let's.
The only thing I wanted more of this movie, or not more of, the only thing I wanted and I expected was to see Kristen Stewart work out.
Yeah, that would have been.
Like, she has the body to like build muscle and look good.
Yeah,
she should build more muscle. She would be amazing.
That was also more from the trailer, because I understand it in the movie, but in the trailer I was like, why would the manager of a gym not be into fitness? Like, what are you? What? What?
Yeah.
Why is your gym manager not a gym rat herself?
Yeah.
It's like, because it's just a job. But then once again, then why is it couldn't it have been a cafe or something? Why specifically such a specific thing as a gym?
They would have been sneaking about with cappuccinos and stuff instead. Espresso shots.
I don't know, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
What's another thing that makes it feel like it's a deliberate choice? I don't know.
Maybe it was. Maybe Rose Glass was interested and was like, hey, I want to have a lesbian bodybuilder in my next movie. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, sure. Anyway.
Hey, we get short shorts, we get what what's it called? Belly shirts.
Cutoffs?
We get like half naked girls all the time, even when they're not supposed to be naked.
Oh, that was actually one thing that annoyed me.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I
what,
remember.
The nakedness?
No. When she goes to Vegas to the finals, the bodybuilding competition. Yeah. I don't want to sound silly. I'm kind of into not actually doing it, but like
it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's fascinating. So when they actually like had the whole trial of her like getting there, standing up, doing all the poses and that, I was so prepared, like just check if, because she's a bodybuilder in real life.
Yeah. Not
professional anymore, but she's like semi-professional.
She used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously she knows all the stuff, and I know from looking at her like she's not a practicing bodybuilder anymore, because she has way too much body fat to be a bodybuilder, and that's not fat shaming. That's just what bodybuilding is about.
Yeah.
So when they had other obviously professional, I know the girl next to her is like world champion or something. I read.
You actually recognized her?
No, I didn't recognize her. But I saw that, Alondra Chapman, who stands stage left of Katy O'Brien during the competition, is a real competitive bodybuilder, and she's a 3-time champion of the Natural Olympia, exactly, for the INBA and PNBA. So they have real bodybuilders next to her, and you can tell immediately, because they're much more striated. They have 0 water weight. They have like 2% body fat. Because they're very, very vascular, and she isn't. But I know, obviously, she knows how to do all the poses and stuff. So I wanted to judge her a little bit. Ask to be one of the judges. Because we see all the poses, and she gets to go out again and all that. But for some reason, even though we have seen her body all the time in the movie, they kept filming just her face during the event. And I was like, can I see the poses? I mean, once again, it doesn't matter for the movie. It's just annoying in that scene.
I think they wanted to like focus on her face because she was all in her head. And
then handheld is going in and out. But I was like, can I just? God damn it! It was annoying. It doesn't matter for the movie, but it was annoying.
That also was a little bit weird. That one trip she had there on the stage, she like threw up Kristen Stewart.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then she hulked out again and she started beating someone. Yeah. Again, I think that is supposed to be what happened back home in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think so.
But they needed to kind of say it a little bit more.
Yeah. Like, I left for the competition. So, really? Without any money, and just, you're just gonna like sleep outside and hitchhike to Las Vegas from Oklahoma? So, is that really the only reason? But no, but I don't want to talk about it. Something.
Or like after the first time it happened, go like, oh shit, I did it again or something.
Yeah, but then it would be too obvious. I don't know. Anyway.
And Lou would have gone, what do you mean again? What did you do? What? And she had to explain it a little bit. Like, maybe I didn't kill someone, but I hurt someone who means a lot to me or whatever.
Then you would have to explain it, and I don't think they want to explain it.
No, that's true.
That's a problem with it. Yeah.
That's like the only problem, though, with the entire movie.
Well,
everything else, I pretty much loved, towards the end at least. Like I said in the beginning, it took a little bit too long for me to get into it because it felt like nothing really happened at first. But then when shit hit the fan,
it comes together very well. Yes, very, very well. One detail though, and it might be where my fucking edgy anti-SJW personality comes through.
Okay.
So we have. At first, I was waiting for every male character in the movie to be bad, which technically I guess they are, but Ed Harris still has nuance to him. Yeah. But I mean, it's so typical that Jenna Malone's husband, Dave Franco, of course he's an abuser, because that's what men do,
cheater and all that stuff.
Oh, how great! And of course it's little ratty Dave Franco, because that's perfect. We even see him work out, and he still looks like a fucking noodle, you know.
Yeah.
God damn it. Anyway. But then, you know, that's this. Like I said, there's not really that many male characters, so they don't focus on that, which good. They focus on what's important for the story instead.
Yes.
But, and I got that. I don't know if this. I don't know. Dave Franco beats and abuses his wife, Jenna Malone.
Yes.
Repeatedly.
Cheats on her.
Repeatedly. We see she has a black guy at the Chinese restaurant, and then she, after that, ends up in the hospital.
Yeah, and they talk about it like it's
a thing. Yeah, that's why she has
issue.
to stay to protect her sister. And then she's like, I just want to kill him, you know, she says. And Jackie goes and actually kills him. Because, you know, you don't beat people for nothing, especially then not women.
You don't hurt the people you love.
Especially not women. However, after that, sure, she's in a roid rage, but when Lou goes to clean up the mess in Dave Franco's and Jenna Malone's house, she says to Jackie, "Do not leave." She shoots up more steroids, goes crazy, and leaves. She punches through the window of the door and leaves. And then she writes a note like, "Oh, I had to just go do something. I'll be back. Love you, Jackie." Yeah. And then she comes back and she's like, "Oh, what's the one thing I told you not to do? You can't leave because of what happened." And she kind of, Kristen Stewart is kind of up in her face, sure. But then she, out of anger, out of rage, headbutts Kristen Stewart so hard I first thought she lost a tooth because it looked like she had a tooth missing.
She just
started bleeding. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
at least.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is then where Kristen Stewart completely then changes. Like, okay, that's the zero tolerance for violence, I suppose. But no, she still loves her. She excuses her violence out of rage when Jackie does it, but not when Dave Franco does it. I get that that's obvious because it's been going on for years, so there's a precedent there. But why is she okay with it when Jackie does it? Shouldn't she then? Are you an abuser? It's never a discussion like, why did you hit me?
No.
Or is this what you do? Blah blah blah.
Thing is, love is blind.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess we do see that
part
because
of it.
Jenna Malone does want to protect Dave, even though she.
That's part of it.
I guess.
I think Kristen Stewart.
But Kristen Stewart doesn't have that. Whatever. Sorry.
Well,
of course.
no, but that's the thing, though. We haven't seen her be in love before. This is her first time being in love. I mean, she's head over heels for this woman.
I guess.
Obviously, she cleans up murder for her twice. Without batting an eye, and she does everything she can to protect this woman. So first of all, love is blind. Second of all, they're in a very strange situation. That Jackie shoots up steroids or whatever and becomes crazy, on top of being coerced into killing people, on top of accidentally killing people or killing people in a rage fit. And obviously being distraught about it, she doesn't know what to do. After she kills JJ, she's in a state of shock. She can't move. She don't know what to do. I think it's all a little bit I'm gonna excuse it this time because this is all very strange.
You brought that up now. She does kill 2 other people in the movie. And she still is there in the end, which is the background here we're using. She says,
Yes.
I fucking love you, you idiot. You homicidal maniac who beat me up.
That's where where the Love is Blind part came back in.
Wow, I would love to see that. I would love to see that sort of blind love between a man and a woman then in the movie.
Yes.
Portrayed as a good thing, not a toxic relationship.
Yes, exactly.
Would never happen.
Technically, this is very toxic.
Is it though? It's not portrayed as toxic. That's the thing.
No, but
is it? I'm not sure.
No, it's not really portrayed
as. The point for it to be toxic.
I get the feeling that we're supposed to feel like when they get away from this kind of situation, they'll be fine. But then also we have that little mini ending where they never really get away from it kind of thing.
It's
they're always going to carry that baggage around.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly.
Sure.
So I think it's a bit of both.
Okay. Well, okay, then I guess there's a point to it.
Yeah.
That's okay, so my
but I understand where you're getting at. Like, it's not really... It doesn't really make sense, to be honest.
If in a real situation, it wouldn't make sense.
No, and the basis of Lou is basically she hates the situation her sister's in, but why the fuck is she fine almost getting into it herself? Like, however, they never really... What I like about it, why it's not for me like, men is bad, women are good, because they never say the word, but he's a guy. They never go like, men are bad. They never utter anything going like, he is bad because he is a man. They only like have men do bad stuff. It would have worked exactly the same way if the police chief was a woman, if it was her mother who was abusive instead of her dad, if her sister happened to be in a lesbian marriage. That probably wouldn't work in the 80s, but still.
No.
Like, most of this would have worked if all the characters were female.
Sure. Yeah. And
so the gender isn't really an issue here.
No.
Which I like.
Yeah.
Because gender shouldn't have a thing to do with this. Yeah. This is all about characteristics, and that's genderless.
It's kind of funny though to say that, because this had... I read one article, so yeah, I don't know if it's like actually... but I read an article... Shameless, Silly, and Amoral, the new wave of horny lesbian cinema. I won't read the whole thing. It's a pretty good article. Obviously written with a bias, or I'm guessing now I'm guessing, but Daisy Jones, the way she writes them. No, she does, because she mentioned that in the end. Sorry, I'm all over the place.
What was the interesting part?
The interesting part here was the end of it, because she talks about all the new movies where we had that wave like a few years ago of lesbian love stories with like a Portrait of a Woman on Fire and Ammonite. You mentioned both of those in the movie.
Yeah.
But that was all like women in the 1800s giving longing looks to each other, wearing the big long dresses, and the most sex they have is like holding hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the new wave then is like this. There's a movie called Runaway Dolls that Ethan Coen has made, which I didn't know, but that's also a lesbian like crime love story.
Yeah.
More of a comedy. And then in the end of the article, she writes this. Some people might struggle to appreciate Love Lies Bleeding. They won't get the appeal of Lou wishing to chomp down on Jackie's toes, or the satisfying thwack of moving aside a man who's trying to invade your queer date. They won't get Love Lies Bleeding in the same way that I didn't get, I being, what was her name?
The writer, Daisy Jones.
Yeah, the writer, Daisy Jones, yeah. The way I didn't get Oppenheimer, parentheses, men talking about bombs, or any of the Bond films. But that's the joy of the movies, the new lesbian horny movies. We get to swap gazes, and body characters try their versions of the world. And in Love Lies Bleeding, their version of the world was deliciously, fantastically, hilariously also my own.
Yeah.
So she's saying, Daisy Jones is saying that this is deliberately a lesbian movie.
Sure.
It doesn't just happen to be a love story with lesbians. It's a lesbian movie.
Sure.
I don't know if Rose Glass is, but then it sounds like, made, it's FUBU, for us, by us.
Yeah.
Made by lesbians, for lesbians. I don't know if Rose Glass is lesbian, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And usually those movies then are very like judgmental against other people, the way, or against straight people, actually, the way straight people in movies or straight people in general have been very judgmental against homosexuals. But this movie wasn't that.
No, I mean,
I would say it is still a very, very lesbian movie.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
but like you said, it could work if you just tweaked it a little bit. It could work as a straight movie as well, because it's
character, it's not sexuality, really.
Yeah.
Since obviously, because they're very briefly, but like we said, they don't mention sexuality being an issue anywhere, really.
Yeah. But then in this article, she makes it out like it's so specifically lesbian to the point where straight people can't even get it. Like, I get it.
No, but I think that's certain parts are, for a lesbian, it's probably very cathartic to finally have a movie that is just a movie, but for lesbians. I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah, because
even though obviously straight people will get it, duh. Sure, even straight people like chomping on toast sometimes, I guess.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, sucking toast, that's not a lesbian thing.
No, but it's
everyone does that.
But like when a lesbian woman gets to see a lesbian woman doing that on screen, it's gonna feel a little bit like, this is me, this is mine.
Yeah. All right.
And
I'll buy that.
In that sense, it's for the lesbians, it's not for the straight people. But again, it works because of how well it's made and how well it's written. It works either way. It works regardless of your own sexuality. Because
that then also just proves that whether you're a lesbian or a straight person, it's very much the same. The only thing that differs is, if you're into P or VG.
Yeah, it's the gender, the actual gender.
Because all those things that she mentions, like here, in Love Lies Bleeding, the sapphic gaze is everywhere. Gaze as in G-A-Z.
Yeah.
It's there in the cigarette dangling from Stewart's mouth as she cracks open an egg for her lover. I'm like, yeah.
No, but if a guy would do that for a girl,
me too.
Yeah. It's attractive either way. That's the thing. We're getting into like what sexuality is here. Everyone's attracted to the same thing regardless of the gender of the person doing it.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants someone to be great in bed, make you breakfast, look cool. Like everyone's attracted to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there's no gender bias in that.
Exactly. Then it's just down to what your brain actually wants, which is either guy or a girl. But
yeah, you still want the same thing in the basis. You want someone who can take care of you. You want someone who can, Yeah.
There with slight differences, maybe some people wouldn't be into Kristen Stewart because she can appear very tomboyish.
Sure, yeah.
And a lot of guys would say, "Do you want something more feminine than that?"
Yeah, that's the thing. You want something feminine. There's a word for it.
Yes. Oh no, what's it called? Presenting.
Yes, presenting, or you want masculine presenting. Doesn't have to do with the genitalia of the person, has to do with how they present themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And that has only to do with, it's back to fucking Neanderthals. You either want to be the provider or the one who gets provided for, basically.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
the providee.
It. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is. You want to be, this is going to sound so weird, but you want to be the daddy or the baby girl.
Yeah.
Regardless of gender and genitalia.
Yeah, because that's it. She's like, that's a cis het way of looking. No, because even in lesbian relationships, obviously we mentioned like there's obviously a bitch and a butch here, or whatever you want to call it. You very rarely see two like bro dudes, gay bro dudes like in a relationship. There's usually one or the other, or one and the other.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it can be very fluent and liquid, and they can
of course there are
places.
exceptions. Yes, of course.
There's a lot of homosexuals who will be offended if you ask them, like, who wears the pants in the relationship? Because I understand that's kind of rude.
Yeah, because that's
kind of rude even in a straight relationship.
Heteronormative thing too. Yeah,
sure, but it's kind of rude to ask that either way, because then you
assume things.
You're assuming, and you're leaning towards that old classic men provide for the family kind of thing.
Yeah.
But in today's society, that's not true. There's so many women who make more money than men. We have stay-at-home dads because their wives or the mother of their child makes 10 times more money than them.
Yeah.
So, all in all, this movie was great.
yeah, definitely.
And I don't think the homosexuality of it all had anything to do with it, really. That was just a nice little twist to an otherwise normal love story, basically.
Unlike the gym culture thing, I do think I'm pretty 100% sure that
sure, it was intentional.
It being a lesbian love story is very intentional.
Sure,
they
of
wanted
course.
to tell a lesbian love story. Like Daisy Jones says, they wanted to
capture
to do
that
thing,
yeah.
Which
obviously.
is that specific thing of
but it's
Kristen
so
Stewart
well...
having a cigarette hanging out her mouth, which wow.
Hell, I'm attracted to that when she did it. So,
I am too.
But the thing is, they did it so well and so not like in your face, pointing it out, being annoying about it, that it works either way.
Yes.
Which is how any kind of sexuality should be in a movie. It shouldn't be the thing that they have to point out and wave flags and all that shit.
Yeah.
It should just be normal because it is fucking normal.
Yeah, exactly.
And in this one, it was fucking normal. It was completely normal to watch them go down on each other.
Yeah.
Even though at points it kind of looked like a porno.
Well, it was short.
It looked like the opening to a porno.
Yeah, sure. I watched. Oh yeah,
which we said about Roadhouse 2 as well.
Exactly, I was gonna say. Roadhouse 2 felt more like a porno than this.
That's true.
However, this I guess is the last thing just before we end this movie and or this discussion about the movie. We have that's been in other movies as well. It just because we're talking about it, like when you have a sex scene like that, and especially when it's oral, like if they're naked and just bumping uglies, whatever,
They're never naked.
No,
there's
and even if they are
modesty garments.
Yeah. But here, her face is right up there.
Oh yeah, that's got to be uncomfortable.
That must be a little bit weird.
Of course, even though she's wearing this like little pad thing that covers the important
parts. Yeah, she must
parts.
Be, right?
Yeah, she is, definitely. You can't, okay. That's illegal not to. Literally, it's a porno if you don't.
Okay, you mean, okay, sure, yeah.
Like, you have to. And they have like coaches and everything on set. There's
I know.
And they clear the set. There's only the actual and necessary people on site for that filming.
Sometimes they say in interviews they say like, oh, there's so many people in there, like it's no way it's gonna be like sexual.
They changed that lately.
Oh, okay.
Later. Like that's a big thing now. Like there's people on Instagram and TikTok that are like explaining how it works because they work with that industry and it's changed apparently.
Okay.
So they're much more thorough and gentle regarding it.
Yeah,
but yes, that has to be uncomfortable,
right? And I mean, even worse than if it's a hetero sex scene and the girl is down there on the guy. Like, oh my god, because that thing is.
I don't know how they hide that. I don't get that.
Yeah,
is it CGI?
Okay, so yeah, that part was awkward, but even then more awkward. Like when male actors are asked about it, they always say like, oh, there's no worry about erections because it's so awkward and you're there for like 10 hours and blah. Brother, I don't think your penis works then.
No, I mean,
I would be rock hard the entire time. There's an lady in front of you.
I have a theory about that, about like artists and actors and all that who are constantly on screen, on being filmed or photographed, like on stage and anything. Because random erection happen. Like that's a thing. But they have to be in like total control. Because what if Justin Timberlake got a boner on stage? That's not okay, and that would be so weird.
Yeah, but okay, but then you're talking. I'm thinking.
No, but I'm thinking it's
non-sexual
the same
situation. Then random boners are not that.
No. Consider dances and songs.
Sure,
like
you're thinking like that. Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, no. There's sexual innuendo in a lot of things.
I'm thinking more in sex scenes and movies, like
sure, but like in general,
it
when
must
you're like,
happen, and they just don't talk about it.
Obviously.
I'm just.
But the beauty about movies then is that they can edit it out. They can like retake they can reshoot the scene. If an artist get it on stage, like imagine when Justin Timberlake, what's his name? Justin Bieber was a kid and he started performing and he was singing about beautiful girls and all that stuff, and there were tons of scantily clad ladies in the audience pining for him. You don't think he had issues on stage?
I don't think that would be an issue. I'm thinking more intimate situation, it would be an issue.
But he was like,
we have
16.
some control over it.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
16-year-olds do.
Nah,
they have control of it.
No, not really.
Exactly. I don't know why we're ending on this, but sure.
No, because I think about that sometimes when the scene is very not explicit,
Close
but
up.
it's like obvious that they're just right in there, like.
I think it's easier for women though.
I think so too, because it's their sexual organs.
It's all internal. It's there's always been like women are more carefree around each other. I feel like we don't really care. I mean, there's the whole thing we've discussed before, going to the bathroom together.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah, sure. No, I just thought of that scene. Sorry.
Yeah, because there's a lot of them. There's like so many of those scenes.
There's a few,
honestly,
yeah.
Towards the end, I almost thought they were gonna have a scene like that when she was giant. That she was gonna use.
Yeah.
That would have been a big no.
No, because then it would have then you would that
would have been sexual assault.
If this was like a more like a body horror or like overtly erotic movie, then yes, that would have happened.
Thank God.
Especially since she puked her up on stage. Yeah, she would want to put that back in, but in a better way.
Kind of.
It's the symbolism.
Yeah, let's end it on that.
Yeah. Let's end it there. To wrap it up, really good movie.
Yes,
it was good. I don't think maybe not like a future masterpiece.
No.
But definitely, I mean, we haven't seen that many new movies this year, but definitely one of the better movies this year.
I think it set the tone for the future of cinema when it comes to any love story on screen, that you don't have to gender. It doesn't have to be gender specific. You don't have to point out that, oh, this is a gay story, because it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be. Yeah.
I think they did that perfectly.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about it, the more I like it, and I'm can't wait to actually watch this in great resolution. When it's available for streaming everywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna see, because we literally we have a few movies from 2023 that are 2024 releases for us.
Yeah.
This year, so far we have watched.
Actually, 2024 movies, you mean?
Actually 2024 movies / 2023, 2024 for us.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Mean
I
Girls.
have 6 films, I think.
Yeah, I actually haven't made my list yet. I gotta do that. We have the Mean Girls remake.
Yes.
We have Saltburn, which was like January here in Sweden, right? Or was it 2?
Oh, right. I didn't add... No.
I
watched that in December.
Okay, yeah. But Anyone But You, that's a 2024 release for us.
Oh, right.
So Mean Girls, Anyone But You. Then we had Dream Scenario, which was a January movie for us.
I haven't added all of mine then. Shit.
Yeah. Monster was in Sweden in a film festival in 2023, but
yes.
I'm kind of counting it as 2024 release for us.
Okay.
Because it was released on the internet in 2024.
Okay.
And
then I'm adding way more movies here.
Obviously, Dune Part 2 is the first big release of the year. I
haven't added that to any of my lists. Shit.
And then Imaginary, Roadhouse, and Love Lies Bleeding. I thought we were gonna do.
I have a couple more, but yeah, but that's movies I've seen that you haven't. So
yeah, and there's movies we've talked about. We should have, and maybe we'll do it as a test segment here. Out of these movies, I think both of us would agree that Dune Part 2 is the best one so far.
Oh yeah.
Pretty obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought we would do like a competition kind of leading up to the next spoiler awards. So far, best movie of 2024, Dune Part 2. But then to ask, Love Lies Bleeding, since I really liked it, is it better than Dune Part 2? Does it take the number 1 spot this year?
Oh.
Is it better than Dune Part 2? I know they're very different, but I mean, we will do this in the end of the year anyway, so.
My list is fucked. I haven't rated Dune Part. That's why my list is fucked. I haven't put a star on Dune Part 2 yet.
I haven't done it on this yet, but I can tell you it's a 3.5.
Whatever. I don't know. No, I think Dune is a little bit better still.
Yeah, I would say
there's more when it comes to best picture of the year. There's more to it than just what Love Lies Bleeding was for me.
I know you.
I rated on grandness and stuff.
Yeah, I know, which is weird. But sure, yeah. But I would say I did enjoy Dune Part 2 more. So that is still the best movie.
I am more likely to rewatch Dune Part 2 several times over Love Lies Bleeding, even though I am probably going to rewatch Love Lies Bleeding at least one more time.
Definitely.
But mainly because I want to see it in better resolution.
Yeah. But so...
When the heck did we watch Dune Part 2?
The 26th of January.
All right.
No, February. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, because it was Monday. Yeah. I haven't rated it either. We'll do that for now. I don't remember.
Yeah. But as I was going to say, so our running top movies still, or for this year so far, is Dune Part 2.
Yes.
And whenever we watch a new movie, we'll rate it against Dune Part 2 until we find a better one, and then we're going to rate the other movies against that. We'll see if that becomes a thing. I just want to test it out. But that's it. Sorry for dragging it on here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for checking us out. Once again, if you want even more episodes and if you want to hear our discussion about Saint Maud later on, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But other than that, we'll be back next Saturday with probably the first Omen.
Probably.
Yeah. And until then, have a good one.
Bye.
The Spoilercast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Mom, Dad, Christopher Belén, Dan Little Gaiso, Mac and Mom, Laura Kinney, and CK85.